Hey you guys, we're back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a just a regular side part bunding. We're using bundles. We have 4 bundles. I already prepped the client. I sold the cap down and everything, so let's get into the video.
Who's local to the Oaklands area, and in his car he had a 24-year-old female passenger, and he was driving a dual cab 4-wheel drive Mitsubishi. There were 7 children involved.
It's okay.
4 children have been confirmed deceased.
It was 7.
The male has been arrested and has been taken to mandatory blood and urine tests.
He was then brought back to Castle Police Station, where he was subjected to a breath analysis, which gave a reading of.
And remember, you guys, your first rake is always your guide to finishing your style. And this is going to be a natural leave out, so I can show you guys how I do my leave out.
Sometimes you just want to remember the last time. It was me getting dropped off here and then running upstairs to get my soccer stuff ready and have a shower and everything. And it was her leaving the front door and she's like, bye Michael, and I'm like, bye. Yeah. One fateful choice. I just wanted to stay home and get a better night and everything happened.
Michael had a soccer game the next day and wanted a good night's sleep. His sister, Veronique, wanted to see her best friend, Angelina, at dinner. Angelina loved her cousin Veronique, but then everyone did.
She was unique, very unique, and it's in the name.
Veronique, yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to start bundling like this, so when you drop in the front, it can be full.
She demanded your attention because she gave you her attention. She had a beautiful heart.
Bridget is Veronique's cousin. Clay is Bridget's fiance.
She wanted to be a lawyer and have 28 kids.
Dang.
Bob is Veronique's dad. I'm happy she.
Sure.
She was.
And when I bundle around like this, it just makes it fuller in the front versus me bundling it all straight. So once I get about right here, I start curving it that way. When it drop in the front, it can be full in the front as well as in the back.
This is the actual vision. It's never been seen before. In the new role, Veronique is in the pink top.
I was given a video CCTV camera for the residents, and it shows someone stopping on the corner. But to reach out, it's like, really not. And you're like, anyway, it's back. No, join one. No, I have to come to my screen. And that's up there. Send you a short clip. And there he does it. There's like nothing.
Is that what he died at, or that's just him walking?
Yeah, that's what I believe that's the spot that they died at. I think the camera in that house is what caught them.
That's who my baby is.
Damn.
Together as well.
Okay, you guys, so I'm back and I'm showing you, I'm finishing the top right now. And pretty much I just put the track where the cap stops, where I cut the cap at is where I stop my last track on this side.
This place here is unsheltered on the farm. We've dedicated to our kids. Once the tragedy occurred, we made the decision to build something
And right where I stopped the cap is where I'm gonna place the tracks. Where I bonded the cap, glued the cap down at, is where I place the tracks. And when I even when I sew the cap down, I never sew right here now. It's because I want it to be very, very flat. Even though, I mean, I'm sure I can braid it and sew it down and make it flat, but I prefer to glue the cap down to make sure it's extremely flat. Because some hairstyles do not need to be like lifted, especially when you're going for like a more natural look. You don't want to have nothing to hinder that sleekness. You want it to be flat as possible.
This is where I can't wait to charge up. Come on, kids.
Huh? It's good, because it's good. Because it's at the top only because you know I had my hair was like 36, 38, 36, 30. I had like 38, 236, 234s. And my closure was like a 12. But you can't tell because it's blended so good. So you can't really tell. I always do that though, because bitch, it ain't no sense buying no long closure when it's all on blend anyway. So especially if I have them already at home, I just use what I got. And we're going in with the last bundle now, and I'm gonna double all these strands because I want it to be full.
Turned 6. Alex was born with the same month as Anthony. He's on the road.
I don't see how they can celebrate birthdays after that. Like it's, you know, I know you have to move on for your other kids, but I don't know. I don't think I'd be up for it.
Around the building fire. 2 mothers reflected on 4 children who now share the same grave. Their burials took place over 2 days. The details would break any heart.
The preparation of the funeral was very hard. We had to choose a coffin for every child.
Dang.
Which coffin gonna be carried first into the church? Which child gonna be carried first? One after the other, and do it the next day, again.
That's crazy. Well, it was so many. I guess they. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so we're back now, and I'm doing my last few tracks, and then I'm gonna show you how I do the leave out.
Did you feel that you were losing whilst you was in the car? They can basically zero out.
Anxious days, then weeks passed.
We had Australia, the whole country, and the whole world was praying for that kid.
The person who perhaps prayed harder than most was his sister. She'd sit by his bed, willing with him to survive.
I was like holding his hand and I was kissing him and I was like,
Her brother ain't died.
please, Angelina, Sienna, Remy, and Anthony. Now you're Anthony, like, can you please help our family, help struggle and recover? I was praying for them to help us.
In April, more than 2 months after the crash, Charbel opened his eyes.
That moment when he finally wakes, what was that like for you as his mum?
And like I just gave her a scream again.
You had your boy back.
When Charbel came out of the coma, he couldn't contain his excitement.
So, we believe in miracles.
So, was it a miracle?
Definitely was a miracle.
I don't know if it was just the wonders of medical science today, or some divine intervention, or a mixture of both.
Anthony Fisher is the Archbishop of Sydney.
Okay, so first I'm gonna go ahead and play down the first few rows of the tracks before I start doing the leave out.
People of faith to see that as miraculous, to see that as another sign of God's embrace, of God's love in their life, and maybe the deceased prayed for him in God's court.
I believe that the kids have demons. So that's why
I really hope Charbel. That's how I'll go back and forth.
Does he remember what happened?
Charbel may have no recollection of the accident, but he does remember one of his last conversations with his cousin and best friend, Anthony Abdullah.
So like you told me, he's gonna marry someone. Are we cleared?
So I'm going in with my bed head wax stick, and I'm putting it on the perimeter first of the hair. Taking my hot comb. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go up. And remember that when you're bending the comb, the back end is what straightens the hair, because the comb really doesn't. It's just pulled through, but the back end is what actually straightens the hair.
The weeks since he emerged from the coma have been painful and unforgettable. One of his few outings has been to visit the cemetery with his cousins are buried. Their lives
hot comb again, twist. Because remember, the back is what straightens the hair. The comb just pulls it through, but as you're going, twisting it, it's gonna be what straightens the hair, the back end of it. And ain't. And ain't.
Can I ask you a personal question if you don't mind?
Favorite sister? My favorite sister is Liana.
What do you think about having more children?
Yeah. And she didn't have to do because I get it, you know. No! Favorite you. I know. Mommy. Yeah, I'd love to have more kids. So, you know? Really nice family. And I've got a video. I'll see you. Yes, I would.
Never be happy.
I love kids. I love kids so much. And breaks my heart the fact that Liana, Alex, and Michael are gonna grow up without their brother and sister. Favorite brother? Alex. Why? Because Alex always says you're my best friend, give me lots of Disney hugs. We're not leaving you alone. And it's so cute. And I want to suckle his pieces. And he has curly hair, which is so adorable.
What punishment is the right punishment for faults? What kind of story is the right kind of story?
So let's go with the wax stick again and just put a little bit, because I want the hair to still be able to get hard without having to over spritz it, because we want it to still look natural even though it's hard. And I wouldn't even say hard, but firm. It's still gonna have a natural look versus anybody else looks. Fuck it. That's how I feel.
Unexpected, and many could never contemplate. She began to drive.
Right now, I don't hate him. And I don't want to see him. I don't hate him. I think in my heart I forgive him. But I want the goal to be fair, right? It's all about fairness. If Jesus can forgive, we have to forgive.
Forgiveness helps me living in the present.
Spritzing out.
It helps me not carry anger or hate.
I pray for the driver. I pray for the passenger. I pray for everyone who's in need of prayers. But at the same time, you need justice. And we believe in true justice.
Just because we forgive doesn't mean we don't want to see it as a full force of the law applied.
On that question of forgiveness.
I do have it on. When I start drying, I have it on high heat. Then I put it on low and medium heat because I just want the spritz to dry when I first start quickly. That way it can get firm the way I like it.
It's not going to get my case. He's with the court now. I don't want anger, bitterness, and revenge in my household today. I'm focused on forgiveness, starting our lives all over again, knowing I will see them soon.
Anthony, look at this guy. Give it a look.
Start with high heat and then turn to medium heat. Just the high heat is just to make it dry quicker.
The Lord and the cousins. And I'm also going.
Now I'm gonna go in with this.
You're in town, so you're strong and extremely dangerous.
Hysteria, you're a young fella, you got good anyway.
Yes, in my 20s, long time ago. Yeah.
So it's a message that's you're going to speak from experience about not being stupid.
Yeah. We all make mistakes. I'm not here to tell you how perfect I am because I'm far from it. You know, you learn from your mistakes and you move forward. And you must love other people. So I don't think the guy wanted to do what he did, but he did it with a consequence.
Now I'm going in with the comb, and I'm just gonna go over this quick as possible just to make the hair lay down completely.
Sienna was really pregnant when she died, and Layla, her partner, is certain that through Sienna there have been signs from God. At the funeral home prior to her burial, Layla prayed over the body of her youngest daughter.
As as I was saying, our father.
And that's how I do my leave out. Now I'm gonna go in with my.
I started scrolling on her cheek and I stopped here. We all looked at her and when it dropped, it just happened. And the one day she did it, and she goes, I'm here 25 years in the industry.
Foundation stick.
And I've never seen anything.
Not foundation, I'm sorry.
And I guess this is God's
Concealer.
giving us a sign of
Part.
reassurance that yes, that I'm me.
And before I spray the black spray, make sure you guys shake this really, really good because it's watery sometimes. Shake that with your I'm gonna go in with my edge control, edge boost, and just go ahead and lay down the edges that's out still. And my Hicks edge control. I'm gonna make sure I put this in the link because I forgot to on my other video that I mentioned it in. So I'm gonna put it in the link on this video. Just go where I put the edge boost, and those two together work like glue. It's like Gorilla Glue. And that's just to get it all nice and clean. A little bit of this on the where I put the edge control. I'm gonna put a little bit of heat to it, and that's just to keeping it from not moving as well. Okay, so now that I did that, now I'm gonna go in with my black spray. And don't go close to the head because you can spray too much, and you don't want to do that because it definitely will mess up the whole hairstyle. And be sure to shake it because lately black spray has not been what it used to be. And overspraying black spray can mess up a whole hairstyle. Back in the day, I used to use a lot of black spray. I ain't even gonna lie. But I used to do it neatly, but I definitely used to use a lot. And I'm not ashamed of that, and I wouldn't change it from back in the day. So now I'm gonna go back with the concealer and just make sure I thin out the brush good so it can be just a small tip and clean up that part. And pretty much that's how I do my leave out, and I'll show you the finished looks. Thanks for watching.